Hey y'all. Hey Torrance. Hey Monique. Shout out to everybody coming in. While y'all are coming in, I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know that I'm not gonna be posting my usual review for this week because honestly, y'all, that episode felt like a filler. It was just more of the same. I just didn't have it in me. I really did not. So, I didn't go live last week, so I decided just to go live and we can just talk about last week and this week together because I just didn't feel like going through it again and saying the same thing I've been saying for the past however many weeks we've been watching this show. But hey Kimberly, hey Keisha, hey Enigmatic Eve, hey Love for My 4C, hey Joshua, hey Sherry, hey Courtney, hey Marie. Um I'm glad you caught me too. Shout out to everybody in here. Um it was painful and I literally just got done watching After Party. And oh Lord, child. It was Lindsay, Olajuwon, and then they had Kev on stage. You know, it was it was very entertaining to say the least. I'll say that. At least it was very entertaining, but I'm just like, oh my goodness. So are we talking about episodes 9 and 10? Yes, I should have put that in the title. I should have put 9 and 10 in the title. Let me see if I can change that real quick. Okay. Oh, hola, Danielle. I agree. It did feel like a filler. Ugh. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Chair Bear. What's up? Is Lindsay a permanent guest child? Let me tell you something. As soon as Lindsay opened her mouth, now I can't say for a fact, so allegedly, but it just was like, girl, are you drunk? Like, are you drunk? And then she had the glass in her hand the entire episode. I'm just like, oh, I can't. I said, how can my stage get on there? Because him, his wife, and what's her name? Angel, that chick Angel, that and her husband, they review the show. And I'm guessing, Kevin on stage is huge online. So it didn't shock me that he was on there. That's actually a great look for Kevin to be on there. Um But yeah, that didn't shock me because they reviewed the show and they get lots of views. Hey, Day Day. People on Reddit were mad confused talking about who is Kevin. Well, I'm telling you, let me tell you something. This episode was for the blacks only, exactly. The black people know who Kevin on stage is, definitely. If you be on Instagram, if you be on any social media, because he's all over Facebook, Instagram, he has a TikTok. Twitter, like, come on, we know who Kevin on stage is for the most part. If you be online. Now, if you're not online, you probably don't know who he is. Lindsay be spilling tea. She showed, dude, like, girl. Now I didn't mind this tea she spilled on Alyssa. I ain't gonna lie. Well, since let me go ahead and just talk about it. So apparently, Alyssa just wanted to be on TV. That is so clear. She just wanted to be on TV and she was trying to extend her time on there in the worst way possible. Girl, you got to play the game if you want to stay on the show. At least act like you like the man. But apparently she be hitting up people outside. Even though she's not on the show anymore, she's been showing up at people's apartments and showing up on the roof and you know sliding in Mark's DMs, even though she blocked Lindsay, which is very shady. Very shady. And I ain't gonna lie, it's shady of Mark too. Cause why are you messaging Alyssa knowing that she's into with your wife? You know? Lindsay get on my nerves too, but you married to her, and you know that ain't right. It ain't right. Um, so when she said that, I was like, "Oh, now that is shady. Now that is shady." I am glad that it came out, because maybe that kind of like gives us a little bit more um insight as to why she has so much animosity towards him, why she been saying all this crazy stuff. But at the same time, it's like, girl, like, do you have to tell everything? Do you have to be the one to say everything? Lindsay and Olajuwon are actually friends. Shocking. Like they're very much alike. When they said they're so much alike, they really are. They really are, because they love to demean their partners. Every chance that Lindsay gets, she's going to take a shot at Mark. And pretty much, I mean, I'm not gonna say Olajuwon does that with Katina all the time, but he demeans his partner as well. So that does not shock me. Lindsay is loose lips McKee. That's why they keep having her. Exactly. She makes good TV. I ain't gonna lie. Now I wouldn't like I could not be cool with her in real life, but for TV, yes, she's very entertaining. Shout out to Tamika Randall. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, girl. Thank you. Mark is trying to find a way to escape. Yeah, he seems like the peacemaker. Lissa's trying to be seen on TV. Exactly. She just want to be seen. Seems like he was just checking on Alyssa. I don't care. I don't care. You married. You married. You married. I'm sorry. If I get into it with somebody, you don't need to be messaging her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You married. That is very true. Oh, and Lindsay both do that. Lindsay always speaks with purpose, and it's usually to cut and do harm. Exactly. Exactly. Like, it's one thing if you tell something just to, like, if you're giving us information just to give clarity on the situation, that's one thing. But the way that she delivers certain messages is just very nasty. Like the way she talks to him, period, is very nasty. Well, since we on Lindsay and Mark, let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and talk about them, because oh God. What happened last episode? I can't even remember what happened. Um They just tried to make up after that whole blow up, I guess. I can't remember. Shit, this is really what I just have to say about them, because I don't have any hope for their relationship. I don't want them to be together, because I don't feel like she's fit to be in a relationship with anybody right now. Because you can't constantly demean your partner. She constantly tries to emasculate him every chance she gets. Even this episode, whenever they were talking with Viviana about their intimate life, and she just would everything is just so negative, and how she's not being pleased, and it's just certain things. Like, I know y'all are on a TV show, but she has no sense of compassion or tact when it comes to talking about her relationship. She doesn't has no respect for him whatsoever. Yes, Dr. Viviana called her out. I'm so glad she did. But I want somebody to call Lindsay out by herself, because they always try to say, "Oh, y'all have to stop talking to each." No, 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 no. Anybody will respond in a nasty way if someone comes at them in a nasty way. And honestly, I still have not seen Mark hit below the belt the way she does. I still cannot. I haven't seen one time him take it there. And I've been wanting him to, because she always hits below the belt with him. I want him one time just to get down in the gutter with her, because I just feel like you need a taste of your own medicine just one time. She opened the show with TMI. Exactly. Like, why did you even have to say that? That was way too much information. Lindsay has no soft side. She does nice things, but in a nasty way. She does nice things so she can turn around and say, "Oh, I did this for you," and throw it back in your face. She doesn't do it out of the kindness of her heart because she actually cares about him. Because I don't think she actually cares about anybody but herself. She is always comes back to her and how she's the victim and how somebody did it to me, but she never tells the full story. It's just that Karen attitude. She carries that Karen attitude in every aspect of her life. She always the victim, even though she's the one who provokes and starts it. He said, "Go have another drink," but that ain't good. No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Now, no, expose how much she actually drinks. That would be gutter because I know it's a lot more than what we see. Because every time we see her, it just gives tipsy at least at bare minimum. Thank you again, Tamika, for your super chat. You are the best. Appreciate all your reviews. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Shout out to you. I honestly would be running for the hills if I exactly. I would have been done if I was Mark. I would have been done because ain't you ain't gonna keep disrespecting me. That's one thing I don't stand for is disrespect. When he told her have another drink, it was after the call your mother exactly. He didn't even say that first. It was in response. Everything he said that has been low, which hasn't even been that bad, it has been in response to what something nasty she said. She wants all the attention she could get. That's why she's on After Party. She love attention. She's on this show for attention, if you ask me. If they were still together when Mark gets the full footage, he definitely left her alone. I hope so. I hope so. She always talking about his life is in shambles. I know. Let me tell you, every chance she gets, even if she's giving this man a compliment, she is going to throw a dig in there. She's going to throw a dig. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like Mark is perfect because I do think he has things he needs to work on too. You know what I'm saying? And that whole thing with Alyssa is not cool. But girl, you you're not fit. You're not fit to be in a relationship with. I would love to be in a fly on the wall when they see themselves. I know, right? I bet you she don't even cringe when she watch herself back. She probably think it's funny. She probably think, "Oh, I'm just so real. They just can't handle me. I'm so real. I'm so real." Girl, bye. There's no way they're still together unless he's crazy too. He lets people steamroll him in his life. That's what I get from him. He lets people walk all over him. Just from the little bit of information that we see, because it's not just her. We've seen other people walk all over him too. He seems like a pushover, especially for women, and he needs to stand up. Stand up. You be weak in the knees. Stand up. That's what he need. He needs to stand up. You need to stop letting people just steamroll you in your life. Lindsay wants his life to be in shambles so she can exactly. She has a savior complex with him too. But it's just because she wants to look like a good person. Oh, I did all these good things for you. She want to throw it back in his face. Mark doesn't have time to work on himself because he can't be himself. What do you think of them having guests on After Party? I mean, I don't mind. I would rather have the people from the show, but you never know. People might have scheduling conflicts or have to work or something like that when they film. So, I don't mind having guests. I think if Mark claps back, I think if Mark claps back at her, she'll fall back a little bit in respect. That's how bullies are. That's how bullies are. As soon as you pull that same card that they pull, They really back in, but you have to do that at the beginning, because if you let her bully you in the beginning, that sets the tone. That stand up meme, exactly. He need to stand up. I could have done without Kev on stage on after party. His wife comes next week. I mean, it didn't bother me. I feel like I don't feel like he took away. I think uh I think he added his 2 cents as a married person. They have to fill in Alyssa and Chris's spots. That's true too. I didn't even think about that. You're right. In one of the other after party episodes, Lindsay alluded to one of his female friends being too close. Yeah, she did. She did. And that's why I say I feel like the women in his life steamroll him, because I feel like the women in his life steamroll him because he just doesn't set boundaries. Because she did say that one of his friends be texting him good morning all the time, and you know basically was being very protective over him even though she's married, and it just tells me that there's some boundaries that have not been set and some lines that have been crossed. And she also said that he proposed to a married woman before. So it's just it's he has his issues as well. Melissa breaks stuff down. I really want to see her on after party. She does. She may want to get a reaction out of him. Him roasting her may turn her on. She definitely gives attachment issues, anxious attachment to be exact. Him getting mad means he really cares. See, that's you need some therapy to work through that. That is not healthy. That is toxic. Oh, the wrinkled dresses. I can't. Kevin, his wife would have been better. Well, y'all know they used to have the experts come on. I wonder why they don't do that anymore. Mark is probably trying to have a family, so maybe his friends may be closer than usual. Yeah, y'all do forget that Mark is an only child and his father has passed away. His mother is incapacitated for the most part, so is his grandmother, and he has to be caregiver for them. So he lives a very lonely life. And I do understand, like, yearning for companionship and friendship and family and things like that, but you also have to be able to set boundaries and put your foot down, because letting other people run your life is never gonna be satisfying for you in the long run. That's what Lindsay said. Lindsay said he proposed to a married woman. The experts don't want to work. I ain't judgy, but I'm sick of her crappy broads. Child, child. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But let me move on, y'all. I'm done. I'm done with Lindsay now. Let me go ahead and get Noy. Uh-oh. Noy and Steve. The produ You know what? They did try to bait her into talking about Katina. I wish they would just leave that alone. I wish they would just leave that alone. It also weirds me out that Olajuwon and Lindsay are friends, because Katina does not like Lindsay. Um, I mean, I don't think anything inappropriate is going on, but it wouldn't it I it wouldn't be above Lindsay to be like friendly with Olajuwon on purpose just to poke at Katina. especially if he's telling her anything negative. Steve needs to show Noy the bank statements. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like if he shows her where he's bringing in a decent income or maybe he has decent savings, I think I really feel like tax returns, show her something, give her some sort of receipt that will make this woman comfortable with your your finances. Because I don't know, like he just wants her to take his word for it when y'all are married and y'all are also people that don't know each other well. So she needs to feel stable. She needs to feel that stability, and you need to provide that, and you're not providing it right now. All you're offering is words. And for all we know, you could be a Michael and lying. We don't know. We don't know you like that. We don't know you like that. She don't know you like that. You need to just give her something that she can hold on to. Production probably told Steve not to disclose how much money he has so the drama can live on. Possibly, but Steve needs to do what's best for your marriage. Like, cause they be doing so good and then until they hit that financial conversation. I had to laugh at Steve giving that stay-at-home resume. I would have been reconsidering it. I would have been considering it. Does Steve have a house? That's what I'm saying. No, I need to treat the cookie like what request request pay stubs, last 3 years of W-2s, references, credit checks. Yes, like I feel like if he would just provide the proper documents, I don't think Steve wants to work a 9 to 5. He may bring in income, but it is not the same as if he had a core job. Noy is a recruiter, so she knows how much he can make. I mean, obviously not. She needs some reassurance. I was trying to give Steve the benefit of the doubt until he started giving excuses as to why he can't work. Most people work, clean and cook. Exactly, exactly. When he was like, "Well, I do all the cooking and cleaning. Would you take over? You haven't stepped up." And it's like, girl, he hasn't stepped up because you don't work. So you do need to be doing the cooking and cleaning. I'm the one bringing in the money right now. You should be doing that right now. I agree they might be trying to make it. They might very well be trying to make this a story. They might. But Steve is rigid on not having a 9 to 5 and Story is rigid on what she wants her marriage to look like. Honestly, I feel like if Noy saw that he brought in a decent amount of money or he had decent savings or whatever, I think she'll be all right. But it's just the fact that you're talking about being a stay-at-home dad and you tell me you have the all this money, but I haven't seen it. Like we've s- let's just be all the way real. Act like don't act like we haven't seen people get on this show and lie about that. Okay? Don't act like don't act like we haven't seen people get on here and pretend like Gil is one of them. Pretend like they have a savings when they don't. Steve might be a secret millionaire, or he could be dead broke. We don't know. That's the problem. That's the problem. He could be, or he could be a bum. We don't know. How are we supposed to know? I don't know, Steve. And his dad did call him a vagabond. So, like, when you have like when we're told certain things by your family as well, we don't have any solid proof as to you making this money or even having anything saved up. Like, how are we supposed to know? They need to have a conversation about finances with numbers, projections, and an actual plan. How many times have people gotten on this show and made a budget and talked about finances and looked at each other's bank accounts? Like, when you're married, you should do that. That should be something that you should be able to do. Bring Jose's whiteboard. Like, they're like, y'all act like this is something that has not, like, people have been very transparent about these things on this show before. It's not like this is taboo. This is actually something that should be brought to the forefront. Because somebody in my comments one time was like, well, I'm not gonna show my bank account. Well, why are you on here married then? Like you shouldn't be on here if you're gonna be trying to hide your finances. What's the point of getting married? That's the, like, y'all. I'm not saying y'all have to share a bank account. I'm saying, like, show me what you got coming in. Show me that you do have the ability to bring this money in. Show me you have the savings. Show me something. But you just want me to believe what you have to say. Um, I'm sorry. We go based off of actions. Actions speak louder than words and receipts. And it didn't make it no better when you said, "Oh, I want to be a stay-at-home dad." That didn't help nothing. That made it worse. That made us even more skeptical. We knew Michael was lying by his pursed lips. He might not be lying. He may be lying. We don't know. That's the problem. Immigrant families are quick to call someone a vagabond. Oh, I think he lost his mind expecting Noah to be comfortable with him being jobless. I just I just I just most women would have reservations and be skeptical. We just would. You know how many men in this world are happy being bums and letting women take care of them? I know a few personal, like, I know I in my real life, men being taken care of women, of being taken care of by women, whether it's their mama, whether it's their wife, whether it's their girlfriend. Like, are we really acting like this is not a real thing that happens to people? Like, I feel like some of y'all, when it comes to Steve, because of how he presents himself, we just automatically gonna believe him. But I don't know. Like, it's not that I don't want it to be true. I would love for Steve to be a secret millionaire. I would love that for Noy. That would be awesome, actually. I'll be like, you know what? Well played, sir. Okay. But we don't know that to be true. So until then, I'm going to remain skeptical. The kept men don't know how to keep the house like Steve, though. They hang out. You, you know what? You're right about that. The producers are holding the footage from us so we keep watching. I could believe that. I could believe it. But y'all, I'm not gonna say for sure until I know. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. He's smart and he has money. Do y'all know how many people have y'all seen the Tinder swindler? Have y'all seen the Tinder swindler? Have y'all seen these documentaries on Netflix? Maybe that's why I'm so skeptical right now. I've seen multiple documentaries on Netflix of these people who are scammers, and they come off as rich, they come off as, you know, intelligent, and they're very charming, and they know how to sell you on the fact that they are professional and they have this and they have that. There are people in this world that are professional scammers, okay, and know how to make you feel like they are who they say they are, when in actuality, they're bums and they're scamming these women out of money. I'm not saying that's Steve. I am not saying that's Steve. I don't know if that's Steve or not. What I'm saying is, I'm not just going to jump to the conclusion that it's not. You know what I'm saying? I like there's so many people in this world that are believable. Okay? So many people in this world get far in life. Just like that do y'all remember that little boy that had a whole clinic and was pretending like he was a doctor and hadn't even finished high school? He had a full clinic. Patience. Okay? You can get scammed, honey. You can get scammed. Dr. Love, exactly. You got to do your research on people, exactly. Now, and look, I didn't mean to go this far, but all I'm saying is we can't sit up here and just act like um we don't know Steve. We don't know Steve. I'm not saying Steve is a scammer, but all I'm saying is um we don't know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So until we do, I'm going to remain skeptical because, child, I done seen some scamming in my day. I've been scammed a time or two myself. So I'm just going to, you know, keep my reservations until further notice. And I stayed on this for way longer than I meant to. I didn't mean to get into the Tinder swindler and everything. Mm. Well, maybe one day, maybe if I have some time left, we can get on here and talk about it. But child, you never know. You never know. You never know. He might get up in her house and squat. He might get up in her house and squat. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. I just have to give the other side to it because I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, she just needs to give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, she just needs to believe him. Why would he do this? Why would he come on TV?" It's a lot of people come on TV and be straight up lying. It's a lot of people that come on TV and lie. I don't know. You never know. You never know. Worst roommate ever. I've only seen the first episode of Worst Roommate Ever, so don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. But I heard about the squatter. I haven't watched it yet. Let me move on because I'm not trying to slander Steve at all. I'm not trying to slander Steve. I actually would like for him to, I would like for him to be telling the truth. I really hope he is. I hope he's telling the truth. I hope it works out. I want them to stay married and all that. I really do. I really, really do. I'm just saying, I don't know for a fact. How am I supposed to know? Netflix. But let me move on because I didn't went off the deep end with that one. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. So, okay, let me talk about Jasmine and Mike. Jasmine, or Jasmina, I'm sorry, Jasmina. Oh, God. And I was sitting up here defending Jasmina. I'm so mad she made me have to come back and eat my words. Jasmina. I was sitting up here defending, fighting for my life, defending Jasmina. I might as well put exactly where my clown nose. Where my clown nose. And that's your girl. What? Look, look. Let me say this. Y'all did try to tell me. Y'all did try to tell me. Pinky was rooting for you. Exactly, I was. Okay. Look, her attitude, her tone, the way she talks to him is out of line. She's completely condescending, and it's just rude. At the end of the day, it's just nasty, it's rude, it's mean. I don't, the man can't do nothing right. Like, in the beginning, he lied. He did lie. And we'll never know if he actually was aggressive with her, actually got loud with her, because whenever they were having that conversation out there and they were having that picnic, and she was low key provoking him, "Well, don't get upset, don't do this, don't do that." We don't see. I don't know if you provoked him now, because you was provoking him right then and there, and so I don't know if you was provoking this man, and that's how they got to that point. You know what I'm saying? Um, we're all responsible for our reactions, but if someone is provoking you, I think that's a little bit different than Michael just being aggressive, out of nowhere. Um, oh God, the calm down. Yeah, calm down. It's all of that is so condescending. The way she speaks to him is like an adult reprimanding a child. She does not respect him. That's just what it comes down to. Like, whenever he tries to give his opinion, whenever he tries to give his input, she always shuts him down. She always takes the opportunity to demean him. She always, well, this is the way a normal human being has a conversation. Like, what? Because y'all approach the situation differently, that doesn't make one person right and one person wrong. Y'all have different communication styles. Y'all have different love languages. And it's like either he communicates her way or he's doing her wrong. She never, like, on this last episode, she kind of started to admit where she was wrong, but she never is wrong. She never can be wrong. He can never get a thought out without being interrupted. Oh, yes. She always interrupts him because she doesn't feel like what he's saying has any value. She doesn't look at him. She doesn't respect him. That's just what it comes down to. She is a teacher, so I feel like she constantly I'm talking to a kid mode. Right. Like, that's your husband. She's gonna stay single if she doesn't check her attitude. I don't know anybody who would put up with. I would never. The way she talks to him, The way she talks to him, I couldn't even be her friend. Like I couldn't be her friend with you talking to me like that. Girl, just journal with him. Exactly. The whole journal thing. What's happening now in your marriage is not working. You don't like the way he communicates with you. Dr. Viviana gives a suggestion. Maybe you should write down your thoughts. Why can't you just do that with him? No, it's not the way I want to do it. Everything has to be the way she wants it to be done. And if not, it's not the right way to do it. Her way or no way. Sounds like she's shutting down. Oh, I think she's done with this thing. Like, I feel like she's checked out. She's been checked out. She's checked out. And instead of just leaving the situation alone, it's like she's dragging it, oh, it's so annoying. And I know she's done with this whole thing, because when she was talking to the other women, she was like, well, he's gonna have to be pretty amazing for this next month for me to want to stick around. Then why are you here? Why are you here? He's fighting a losing battle. And you know what really bothers me? She talked about how she wants him to be vulnerable, and if we're just able to have more conversations, then maybe, we can get to that point. You made this man open up to you, cry, talk about losing his brother in a very traumatic and devastating way, when in actuality, you don't want to be with him at the end of the day. And that bothers me. That bothers me. You do not want to be with him, and you sat there and had him do that. Like, that I didn't like that. I didn't like that, because unless you truly plan on being with me, don't have me open up on that level. Because she had him open up on that level, and then the next thing you know, he can't even have a conversation with you. You can't jerk people's feelings around like that. That's not cool. Like, I don't know, like, she did say that she's only had long distance relationships. Her friends said her friends, now this came from her friends. She never thinks that she's wrong. She's very petty. Her stepdaddy said that she likes to bully her boyfriends. So I feel like this is just who she is. I think she gets away with it because she's pretty. I do too. Sadly. And I hate to say that, because I was on her side, but I just have to be honest. Like, from what we seeing, like, Michael is trying. Like, Michael has done, he's trying. Like, he's really he even asked her, like, how do you want me to communicate with you? He's opened up, he's been vulnerable, he's tried to talk to her. She's not open to it. The stepfather tried to warn Michael. How old is Jasmina? I think she's 29. That's gonna be my first date question whenever I start dating. When's the last time you apologized? That's a good question. Ooh. That's actually really, really good. I think that's something I need to ask as well. They only talk on camera, and she doesn't talk about any of her trauma. Exactly. You want him to open up and release all this trauma. Why don't you open up? When has Jasmina been vulnerable? She hasn't. Hello, it's been a long time. She does not communicate well unless she has control of the narrative. Mm. Ain't that a good question? That's a good question. When's the last time you apologized? Like, that's something I'm really gonna have to, like, you know. I like that. the story when they pulled down her pants. Now she is pretty. Don't do that. We ain't gonna do that. Now her demeanor might not be, but she is on the outside. Michael's gonna end up very hurt. I don't I think Michael I don't think he's can get that in that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not allowing him to get in so deep that he's gonna be very hurt. You know what I'm saying? They don't from what they say, they don't even talk to each other. Mm. Her personality erases every single bit of the beauty. Mm. Let me tell you something. Your personality can truly overshadow everything. Seriously. Like your personality, cuz for me, I'm someone I more so am focused on personality more than looks when it comes to someone that I'm going to be with. Um cuz if I see something in your personality that I don't like, looks don't matter at all. That'll like I'll be done. I'll be done. Like, I'm past the point in my life where, oh, he's so fine, I can overlook that. No. I'm past that point. I'm done with that. you know? So you could like the way she's moving, that looks don't even matter at that point. Now I don't know if that's how Michael's thinking, but for if I were in that situation, I'd be there's nothing. They might as well be roommates. Exactly. That's how they act. And I agree. I do think Michael needs therapy. I don't know had he ever received any like grief counseling or anything after he lost all of these like major people in his life. I do think he needs that because when he said he needed that cry, I don't know that told me that he doesn't cry often, or maybe he didn't grieve properly, or it just that struck a chord. I think things are gonna get worse. I do too. Shallow Hal. Ooh, Shallow Hal. That was a good movie. That was a good movie. Jasmina was abandoned by her parents, but acts like she doesn't have any trauma. It's crazy. I know. I know. I would love to hear her talk about that because that could her being abandoned like that could be the reason why she low key sabotages her relationships. Because at the end of the day, her treating people like this is sabotage. But anyway, let me go ahead and move. Even worse. Oh, good. Oh. Y'all, he has turned me all the way off. I want her to get away as fast. I want her to run as fast as she can. Boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. Let me tell you something. Elijah one ain't gonna change. Oh, he sure do. Oh, man with a podcast, Kevin Samuels all day. He probably followed Kevin Samuels, implying he's surprised and she's complying. I turned off my TV when he came on. He's the main reason why I just didn't even feel like reviewing the show this week. It was so exhausting. It was so exhausting. Katina needs to be like the gingerbread man. Okay. Let me tell you something. He ain't gonna change. Whatever is in him is embedded in him. That's embedded in him. He ain't gonna change. He don't see nothing wrong with what he said. He don't see nothing wrong with it. Even on after party, he didn't see nothing wrong with how he acted. He didn't see nothing wrong. He's like, I could have said it better. No, he that same mentality, he don't see nothing wrong with that. He ain't gonna change. He's not. Katina is now dependent upon him. She won't ever leave him. I knew at the end of this episode, because I feel like, they gave them all that stuff to be intimate with. I knew after this episode she ain't leaving him. She ain't leaving him. I made her vulnerable. Exactly. And when she was crying, he had zero sympathy. Thank you. It's the lack of compassion for me. He had, if something you did, the way you're talking to your wife is making her feel demeaned, making her feel like she's not good enough for you, and she's saying that out of her mouth, and she's crying and shedding tears, telling you this is how you made me feel, and he sat there with a deadpan look on his face, no sympathy whatsoever. I mean, you ain't gonna hold her hand, you ain't gonna rub her back, nothing. That was disturbing to me. That was disturbing to me. But that is a facade. It's always a facade. It's always a facade, because the men that do that are not you. You cannot be confident in yourself as a man and treat a woman like that. You can't. We've seen him be insecure on this show. We've seen him be insecure. He's constantly looking for validation. And so because you're insecure with yourself, you feel the need to tear her down so that you can build yourself up and make yourself feel like you are above someone. And it just makes me wonder, like, where did you learn this? Did he call Kevin on stage his hero on after party? Yeah, like, he was talking. Because let's be real, I don't I've been following Kevin on stage for a very, very long time. He would never talk to his wife like that. He would never talk to his wife like that. Him expecting Katina to be traditional housewife while he sleeps with mamas and daughters. Exactly. Exactly. Like, the problem is he doesn't see, like, where do you think you can improve as a husband? Everything is on her with cooking and cleaning. Well, what about you as a husband? Like, where do you think you need to improve? Have you ever asked her what she needs as from you as a husband? No, because he already feels like he is everything. He feels like I already provide anything that you may need, but you need to do this because I am the prize. And he's never been with a black woman. I knew that was a huge red flag when I heard that one. That's a huge red flag. And look, I don't want to be your first black woman. If you are a black man, well, he's biracial, but he shows up in society as a black man. I don't want to be your first black woman. Pinky, just remember these expectation is his first black woman. Did he expect this of other women he's dated? He was very comfortable sitting next to Lindsay. Is giving self-hate. He got this idea of marriage from TV and movies. That's the thing. Like I would say he has like this romanticized view of like marriage, but he has like this misogynistic archaic view of marriage. Like he's been watching 1950s. Like you've been watching movies from shoot the 20s. Like we don't live life like that no more. And honey, if you want that sort of lifestyle where the woman stays home and cooks and cleans and caters to you, you need to be the sole breadwinner. And honestly, I really did not like on After Party when he tried to act like, oh well, she works from home and I don't even know if she really working. Is she bringing home money? Is she bringing home money? Is she gonna be paying half the bills? Don't try to downplay her job just because whatever skill you don't deem whatever skill set she has is invaluable. She has a job and she's bringing home money. Like I didn't like that. He every chance he gets, like he does it, he tries to do it in a slick way. And he always tries to come back, but no, no, I didn't mean it like that, or but that's all right, that's okay, that's good for you, or da 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 da. He tries to qualify it with words like that, but he constantly is digging at her and trying to downplay everything she does. He treats women like objects, and black women would never put up with that behavior. Well, look, let me tell you, because she's been through an abusive relationship, it's kind of like I think Katina is falling, sadly, I feel like she's falling back into that role. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if she's truly healed from that abusive relationship. So it's comfortable for her to, she's trying to fight back a little bit, but I feel like whenever he starts hollering and screaming, she always recoils, she always withdraws. It's like you can kind of see her going back to that place. And so sadly, I see her staying with him. I want them to bring the families back. Oh, yes, I would love, especially was that her friend or her brother that was checking him? I want him back. He crazy if we both working all day and he want me to take care of the entire house, cook and pay half the bill. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Thanks, Monique. Make sure to like this live. They both work for the state of Massachusetts. Well, have a seat, sir. Have a seat. He would hate me because as soon as he tried to comfort me, I'm bringing up the dirty drawers and receding hairline. Girl, he ain't he trying it with that jacked up hairline. He really is trying it. Cause I know I would have been said something about it. If her job is wait, if her job is what I think, she's available to clients on the phone and computer benefits, um, calculation analyst. I feel like if you work for the government, you got a pretty good job. I'm not gonna discount what she does. Like I just can't, like, just because you working from home, like we're in a whole panorama. That's a lot of people work from home. And yes, she is working. So if I'm working from home, I don't have time to be cooking and cleaning and doing everything for you. I'm working. Why do people think working from home isn't actually work? I don't know. Like where do people get that stupid idea from? I don't know. Hairline way back in a big forehead. The goalpost is gonna keep moving, even if she cooks gourmet meals and cleans. He's gonna find something exactly because it's not about cooking and cleaning. At the end of the day, it's about control. It's about control. Men with those struggling hairlines. I know, right? Hairline behind his shoulders. She deserves better. I agree. Did anyone notice how Elijah threw Katina under the bus? Yes. He's holding on to their hairline for dear life. Working from home is still work. It's still work. It like I don't understand why like what's like it's still work, like working from home, work being the operative word. Like I don't understand why you don't get it just because she's not getting up and leaving, having to leave the house and going to the office. Like she's still doing work. That's why she's getting paid. Hey, Tyronda. Okay, I'm seeing people work more hours working at home. I can imagine. I can imagine because they gonna try to get as much work out of you if you're gonna be at home. I could see that. I could totally see that. I respect it. Like I don't understand why people don't. Especially if she's dealing with customers, it's tiring. I do more work at home than I did in the office. See? Does Katina make more than him? I think that may have something to do with it. I wouldn't be surprised if that I would not be surprised. Cause I mean, he trying to pull his weight. It's like it's not even necessary. Like he is so insecure. I w- I would almost I would almost bet on the fact that she does make more than him, and that's why he acting up the way he is. I bet if they still together, I bet he glad she worked from home now with these gas prices where they are. I've been working 50 plus hours weekly from home. We never worked this much overtime when we were in the office. He buttered her up by flirting with her and cutting his hair for her to slap her in the face. Yeah, he did that love bombing. He did that love bombing in the beginning. He did all these sweet romantic gestures and, my wife and I have a beautiful wife, this, and, I really care about you, that, laid it on real thick. That's what they do. But y'all, that's all I got for this right now. Um, I think I'm gonna end the live here. Shout out to everybody in here. Thank you for coming. This was a great conversation. Um, I'm so sorry for those who came in late. There will be no review this week because I just don't feel like it. I just decided to go live instead. But I hope y'all enjoyed this live and I will See you in my next one. Peace.